Hi everyone, my name's Laurence and I'm a mental health nurse. I also work as a mental health nursing tutor, and I'd like to share with you some practical hints and tips that have been designed in conjunction with the nursing standard authors and reviewers all around preparing yourself for an online teaching session. More and more of the teaching sessions that we deliver are being offered online to nursing students, and it's a really important part of your course. They should be treated with the same professionalism and dedication as all other types of lectures, but here are some tips on how to get the most out of them. You might find that you're quite good on social media, so Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, but downloading, accessing and then contributing to an online lesson can be quite different. The main point is that preparation is the key. Please make sure that you've read through any help sheets or emails and attend any sessions on how to access the online teaching. Try and keep these safe, maybe in a folder, just so that you can refer back to them when you need them. The help sheets may also have guidelines on how to contribute in the session, being respectful of all others in your group. Your tutors will have experience in facilitating online sessions, and they'll set the ground rules. Perhaps familiarise yourself with these before your session so that you can maximise your learning. Make sure that you're ready to access the session on a time which is quiet, safe and in a safe space. We all have things that happen outside of our lessons. Pets or children may often want to make an appearance, which is absolutely okay. And most systems do have the facility to mute your audio or turn your camera off if you need to address something. Remember, some of the material that we discuss might be confidential and not appropriate for others to hear. The best advice is to get yourself a good set of headphones. Not only does it keep the session private if there's other things happening outside of your teaching, it also helps to block out the external noise so that you can concentrate. Try and test it out beforehand. Click on any links and find the best place for you to join the session. It's probably not a good idea to log on right at the last minute if you're not used to it, because others might be waiting and they don't want to wait for you to try and work out how to get into the session. Preparation is the key. Try and do any pre-session reading because it might be referred to in the session. Remember, it's your learning. Familiarise yourself with the planned content. Try and read around the topics using any of the posted materials, or even go that extra mile and find your own resources. Prepare any questions you may wish to ask, because there will be time for this within your sessions. If it is proving difficult to access or you're not able to attend the session, just contact your tutor in a good time. Try not to do it shortly before the session because others might be trying to log in and the tutor might actually be preparing for the session. Most sessions can and will be recorded, but it is good practice just to let someone know if you're not able to attend, only so that they know where you are, but also that they can ensure that the materials are made available to you when you need them. If you do miss anything or you need help, perhaps before contacting your tutors, have a look at those past help sheets or emails that you've compiled in a folder that might have some instructions to help you with those bits that you've missed. The other option is also to talk to your peers, because they may be able to help talk you through how to access the session. These will likely be more effective than the tutor, because they'll take you through on a step-by-step guide of how to download and get into the lesson. The main point is that the secret is to be ready ahead of time and be prepared. Whether you're in class or you're online, you are there as a professional nursing student. As such, you need to be mindful about what you're doing and conduct yourself in a way that matches our professional code. Don't sit there eating your crisps or lying in your bed, and try and dress casually but comfortably, but most importantly appropriately, because you might be asked to turn the camera on as part of the lesson, and obviously we don't want to see you in perhaps inappropriate dress. If you're not comfortable having your camera on the whole time, try and let your tutor know beforehand, just in case we become concerned that you've disappeared. If you need to leave the session at any point, also please let someone know. Most systems have a chat function that you can sort of flag if you need to just dip out. Most sessions will be short and have planned breaks included, but if you do need to nip out to the loo or grab a drink, it's absolutely okay. Just don't share too much. The usual practice of not talking over other people is there, and be sure that you're respectful of other people's views. Some of the systems we use don't allow for more than one person to talk at once. However, most will have a function where you can either raise a virtual hand or request to speak. As such, if you want to contribute, make sure you use these, because your tutors will have the experience in facilitating discussion and they'll bring you in at a time that's appropriate. When you can, either set your screen to share your name when you're talking or say your name, so that everyone, including the tutor, knows who's speaking and making the point. The tutors will lead the session. There may be areas and content that need to be covered within the time frame. Most of the virtual sessions will begin with an overview of what would be covered, much the same as any traditional taught session, and there will often be time for both questions and discussion. Whilst listening to any lead content, perhaps make some notes of any points you may wish to clarify or questions you want to ask. Sometimes you might also wish to do this and type it in the message or chat function as the session progresses. because your tutors will be reviewing these and they'll be able to bring you in maybe to raise a point or to explain something further during the session. Do participate if you're asked to. For us as tutors, it can be slightly disconcerting when all we're presented with is a sea of back screens. Use the options that are available to you. You're not going to be forced to always have your camera on or have your audio on. However, it can be a good way of connecting with your peers and your tutors. You can use the messaging function to make your point or ask your question, but remember, it is your learning, so do try to join in. Try and let others comment. If you're struggling with a concept, perhaps arrange to meet your tutor at a convenient time following the session. Try and remember that there are other people there that have different learning needs to you. There are no hard, fast rules for online teaching sessions, and for most of us, it's a case of learning together. And most of the sessions can be adjusted to meet the needs of the audience. The main thing is that you try and be as prepared as possible and try and get comfortable with using the particular online method. Get set and contribute. Thank you.